City Morning Show.
Good morning and welcome to today's edition of the Sugar City Morning Show, live and direct from Nortevisión Channel 10 here in Orange Rock. Muy buenos días a todos y bienvenidos a esta edición del Sugar City Morning Show en vivo y en directo desde Nortevisión Canal 10 aquí en Orange Rock. Orgullosamente estamos transmitiendo por aire a toda nuestra gente viviendo en el norte del país. Un servicio completamente gratis de parte de los dueños de esta estación de televisión para Corozal, pueblo y aldeas, Orange Rock, pueblo y aldeas. Muy buenos días a todos y gracias por permitirnos entrar hasta sus hogares. Y también estamos transmitiendo por cable a través de la red de proveedores de señal de cable que permite que pueda yo saludar a este momento a toda nuestra gente viéndonos en San Ignacio, Santa Elena, en el Benque, en San José Socots. Obviamente, aquí quiero enviarles saludos a toda nuestra gente que nos ve en Orange Walk. Muy buenos días en Corozal, en la ciudad de Belice, en San Pedro, que recién hemos estado consiguiendo muchas llamadas de San Pedro. Muy buenos días a todos. Dangriga y Punta Gorda. Y también, si quieres, estamos en el internet, en la página Sugar City Morning Show. Muy buenos días a todos. Ojalá y su mañana se esté desarrollando a su agrado y todo esté yendo bien. Y aunque no esté yendo bien, siempre les anticipo, les recuerdo de que paciencia, paciencia, no te alborotes, simplemente tómalo como Dios sabe qué es lo que hace. Y él recuerda de que Él hace todo por tu camino también. Él en su divina sabiduría sabe cuándo debe suceder y cuándo no debe suceder. Y simplemente tienes que aceptarlo. Pero nosotros muchas veces creemos que somos dioses y lo sabemos todo. Y no nos gusta aceptar. Te pido que lo veas de esa forma. Y vas a encontrar paz en tu vida. ¿No sucedió? No sucedió. Mañana intento de nuevo. ¿Qué vas pues a hacer? Te pido que se unan conmigo esta mañana para reconocer y agradecerle a nuestro Creador, nuestro Padre, por todo lo que hace por nosotros. Te pido que te unas conmigo al decir: Padre, muchas gracias por tus bendiciones, por la vida, la salud, las fuerzas, por el bienestar, por tu perdón, por tu gracia, por tus cuidados, por todo, Padre, muchas gracias. Yo sé que estás conmigo, yo sé que muchas veces no merezco todas las bendiciones. Yo sé que muchas veces no merezco que estés conmigo todo el tiempo. Pero tu amor para nosotros es tanto que tú siempre estás dándonos, dándonos y dándonos. Y nosotros simplemente recibiendo, recibiendo y recibiendo. Y no hacemos nada para demostrar ese agradecimiento. Porque sobre todo somos egoístas. Porque sobre todo somos soberbios, arrogantes. Porque sobre todo pensamos que lo sabemos todo. Permítanos, Padre, ser humildes. Reconocer. Yo sé que los golpes de la vida nos humillan. Permítanos ser humildes, Padre. Menos mentirosos, hipócritas. Y más sinceros. Padre, como siempre te pido por los ancianos, por los niños desamparados, te pido por los enfermos, te pido por toda la gente que tiene una necesidad u otra. Te pido por las personas que están dolidas luego del fallecimiento de un ser querido, de hermano, una mamá, una esposa. Te pido por aquellas ánimas, Padre, También te pido por todos nosotros que tengamos un día exitoso. Padre, te bendecimos, te alabamos y te glorificamos siempre. Amén. Good morning. If you've just joined us, it's exactly 7 minutes after 7 o'clock. This is the general weather forecast for today, Tuesday, the 3rd of December. Mainly fair conditions to prevail. And mostly today, mostly sunny skies with some cloudy spells today, and clear to partly cloudy skies tonight. Isolated showers or periods of light rain may occur along the coast and over some inland areas today, and then mostly over the south tonight. The winds blowing from the northeast, 5 to 15 knots. The sea stayed light chop to chop. Temperatures along the coast, 82 as a high, 73 as a low. Inland, 86 as a high, 68 as a low. And the hills, 76 as a high and 64 as a low. I want to see some 50s. I don't know about you. I want to feel some 50s. The outlook for tomorrow, Wednesday, and Wednesday night is for mainly fair conditions with isolated showers, if any. A low tide occurs this morning at 9:42, a high tide at 3:26 this afternoon, a second low tide at 9:37 tonight, and a second high tide tomorrow morning at 2:52. The sun rose this morning at 6:08, and the sun is setting this evening at 5:16. The moon is also rising at 11:56 this morning, and is setting at 11:44 tonight. Thank you, forecaster Crystal Rosales, for that information. Buenos días. Aquí les va el reporte del estado del tiempo para hoy, martes 3 de diciembre. La situación general, buen tiempo sobre Belice. Entonces, para las siguientes 24 horas, ¿qué estaremos viendo? Cielos soleados, con algunos periodos de nubosidad, como siempre. Por la noche va a estar claro o parcialmente nublado por momentos también. Vamos a ver chubascos aislados o periodos de lluvia ligera, llovizna, ocurriendo por la costa y luego sobre áreas del interior hoy y luego más que nada sobre el sur por la noche. Los vientos del norte-noreste 5 a 15 nudos. El estado del mar ligeramente agitado. Temperaturas por la costa 82 como una máxima, 73 como una mínima. En el interior 86 como una máxima o 68 como una mínima. Por las colinas 76 como una máxima y 64 como una mínima. ¿Qué se espera para mañana miércoles y miércoles por la noche? Buenas condiciones con chubascos aislados. El sol salió hoy a las 6:08, perdón, se oculta a las 5:16 y la luna de igual forma sale a las 11:56 hoy y se oculta a las 11:44 por la noche. Muchas gracias, Crystal Rosales. Rápidamente, tornando a la página, vamos a ver, no hay ninguna actividad en el Caribe, así que todo se ve limpio. La razón que torné a esta página es simplemente para ver la imagen satélite de cómo estamos aquí en el Golfo, en la península de Yucatán, si es que debemos esperar algún frío u otro. No hay nada por decir que esté eminente para Belice, para el Golfo, para la península. Sí está este gran frío en los Estados Unidos, pero más que nada los sistemas de baja presión están sobre el norte del país. Y desafortunadamente, el jet stream, que es lo que controla cuánto sur viene el frente de frío, porque muchas veces el frente de frío pasa por la Florida, pero no llega a nosotros, porque el viento los vientos de 30,000 pies para arriba son los que dictan cómo se mueve el frío. En este caso, no está viniendo sur. Está llegando hasta Texas y tan de repente se sube para arriba. Así que eso está provocando todo ese frío en los Estados Unidos porque está trayendo humedad del Golfo y lo está subiendo arriba. Y con las temperaturas heladas, pues tiene que haber esa precipitación. Pero aparte de eso, no hay nada. Ojalá y entre muy poco tengamos algo. Sin embargo, vamos a una pausa, pero antes hay que reconocer a nuestros patrocinadores, German Vega Sons, Vega Imports, Vega Distributors también, A&R Stores, Government of Belize Information Service y Belize Tourist Board. Vamos a la pausa.
World-class spaces for Belizean athletes to thrive and fans to enjoy. Our new basketball and multi-purpose arenas have proven their worth, attracting regional and international sporting events and hosting expos, conferences, and proud graduates. Your government moving Belize forward.
Girl, that about time you reach my house.
Girl, you know how things go. I busy with everything. But how are you?
Since my son got married the girl far down the road, I left here with this whole addition to this house. And I don't know where I'm gonna do with it. But I think I want to rent it out for tourists stay.
Girl, that what you to do? You to sit on park gold mine. If you want to use it for Airbnb, first thing you have to do, the register with BTB. So call me 227-2420 and ask them how to register. After that, everybody had to call you for rent your place. But that what you to do?
Girl, then you tell me if I call BTB?
Did you know that if you own or operate a tourist accommodation, such as a room in your home for cash purposes to any guest, local or foreign, regardless of its location in the country, or if you're registered or advertising such room or property with any booking engine or marketing platform such as Airbnb, by law, you must register with the BTB. If you fail to do so, you commit an offense punishable by fine or imprisonment. For further information or assistance, please contact the BTB at licensing@BelizeTourismBoard.org or telephone 227-2420. You can follow us on Facebook too.
Have you ever noticed the development that's taking place in your town or in your city? Maybe it's because you've been too busy enjoying the results. More for Belizeans, more for Belize, the government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
These sunny days are here, and whether it's for a picnic or in your kitchen, you need the meat. Gillette's Meat Shop proudly offers a variety of juicy cuts such as processed meats, ham, bacon, salami, longaniza, and sugar cure ham, just to mention a few. Enjoy our meats in beef, pork, and mutton. So for that healthy cut your family enjoys, visit us at number 18 San Antonio Road in Orange Walk from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12:30 and 3 to 5 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Place your orders at 322-3486 or 322-2175 or even 610-4061. Send us an email at derekgillett31@gmail.com. Gillett's Meat Shop. Fresh and processed meats.
Ay, qué rico. Take a journey with us to endless possibilities. Our future as a country is now. Diginet Boost is countrywide. Taking beliefs into the future. Nationwide technological evolution. As the most advanced fiber connection, Diginet Boost is a step forward into a modern world. Belize is powered by Diginet. Diginet Boost, now available countrywide.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Bienvenidos de vuelta al Sugar City Morning Show. Son exactamente las 7:18. Por favor, únanse conmigo a darle la bienvenida esta mañana a el señor Robert Checky Usher. Good morning, Checky, and welcome to the show.
Morning, Mr. Martinez. Thank you very much. A pleasant morning going out to all out there. Waking up this morning bright and early on this lovely, beautiful Tuesday. Today being the 3rd day of December 2019, we're here with you. And once again, welcome to the Sugar City Morning Show.
Just as a little point of interest there, I was checking the webpage for Hydromet, which is the weather in Belize, and it shows, by the way, that we are not going to be receiving any cold fronts for the rest of the week, and that Tuesday is going to be going up to a low of 70 degrees, on Friday a low of 72 degrees, on Saturday a low of 73 degrees. But then again, I think that things may be changing on Sunday, on Monday, because all of a sudden I see the winds from the north. So the Christmas breeze and come now or yourself.
Yeah, it blow.
Christmas breeze and blow.
Today, Mr. Martinez, I want to send out a very encouraging word to Miss Mary Coleman and her family. Mrs. Mary Coleman is the sister of the late great John Gillett, no? You know John, right?
Of course.
All right.
My brother's friend?
Yeah, good friend. That make him compadre too.
Yes, they were inseparable.
Yeah. What happened is Miss Mary used to live right here at the house in site.
But how is she Coleman?
She married Coleman.
Married Coleman.
Yeah, she's Gillett, but she married Coleman. What happened is she now lives in Arizona, but she was called to come to Belize for a very disturbing information. Her son has been missing since Friday, but her son resides with her daughter Tiffany in Belmopan, because he lives in Belmopan, and they were saying that the last conversation she had with her son is that she did a Western Union transaction for him, and we was going to go and pick up the money. But usually, sometime when some of these boys gonna go and do these things, they ask somebody to accompany them, or boy, give me a drop, give me a ride, And from since then, they haven't heard from him. they were looking at some videos and saw that
Has it been reported to the police?
the police is on it.
Okay.
The police is on it. So there is some information that we won't let out this morning, not to hamper the investigation, no? But since he's from here in Orange Walk, people need to know. It's
From when is he missing?
Friday.
From Friday. But this is what?
Today's
Today's
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Friday to Saturday, Saturday, Sunday to Monday. Monday to 4 days.
Yeah.
How long after the person is missing
The police
do
puts
you
out an
go
alert.
to a police station? In other words, is it immediately, or do they because at times you go out and you don't tell anybody where you went out, what you went to do, and you take inordinately long, and you come back maybe 11 o'clock at night, and they go like, someone be done seated on the free,
Yeah, sometime
and the family is dead worried.
I think it's 48 or 72 that the police usually considered as a missing person. Cause
That's what I wanted.
But when it comes to children, it's like immediately. When it comes to children, but persons over 18, I think it's 48 to 72. But I just spoke to Miss Mary a while ago because she had to come. She came in yesterday, and then she says that the police is on it. They saw some video that they last saw him about a little bit after 11 on Friday night at some business place in Roaring Creek.
What in the world is he doing in Roaring Creek?
Yeah, they live in Belmopan.
Oh.
Yeah, but the video footage is showing that he was with a certain person, and that person, they cannot locate that person as well. So they don't know if they remain together or that person did something and moved away from Densmore. But she was telling me that they understand that that person is somewhere in the Orange Walk area. And
That person means the friend.
Yeah, the friend. And someone said that he might be in the Sarteneja area. That is all that the family know. But they are doing their search right now. And I won't call the name of the person that they gave me because those are police information. No? But just want to pray to the family that, they will get a positive recovery.
Well, I don't think that they want to so much locate the friend as much as the son. They don't know where the son is.
Well, they're going on a search today, but to locate that person that was them, I think that's more a police thing, no? For police to find out, what happened and, But they are going on a search today, so we hope that, that.
But right now, I'm stopped worried because the director then show up and go like, wait a minute. Well, I mean, have only fine time and
They hang out.
They hang out, and you just waste your time to worry about people.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean?
Yes.
I mean,
But also.
and they're done big already after 18, 20, or 21, so you really can't tell them they're done big man and no man. So
Yeah, but your child is your child, so they are concerned.
exactly.
And I understand that today is supposed to be the final, the verdict's supposed to be handed down in the Mason case today, So many people are looking forward to that. And, that case has been there for so many years, and I think there are four persons accused of the case that they are facing, and today verdict's supposed to be handed down, and that will be, I think it's a nail-biting moment for many people right now, Pa.
I know. I'm not following up that case that much, believe me. The Mason case, I'm just not. I think the man is, in my point of view, the man is guilty as sin. So,
we're talking about following the case. I never followed the case much, but you know that there was, I think, 2 or 3 attorneys that left that case, that were on the case and left that case. I think an attorney had to be imported from somewhere in the Caribbean as well to fight the case, no?
Yes.
and all the arguments were back and forth. And at one time, we heard that one of the persons said that he take the rap. You know, that he do it, but I don't think the court may buy that.
It
No?
seems to me that Mr. Mason, there are some people are smart,
Yes.
and some people are intelligent, and some people are wise, and some people are just plain clever. He is the clever one.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean, the
Mastermind.
distinction between clever mean astute.
Yeah.
That the mind just think of quick to think and get out of situations quick, fast, and hurry. I think he's one of those.
Yeah, so that verdict should be handed down today, and then the nation will know if they are guilty or not guilty, or who all are guilty.
But are
in
you
that
sure
case.
the verdict is going to be handed down today?
Yes. That's why I mentioned
Wow.
it. You know, so like I said, a lot of nail biting might be out there, and sensationalization later today, because I understand most of the high media profiles from the city will be giving live report from the courts today.
What time is that going to happen?
I never really get that. You know the pan story, Joe? I don't really get that.
No, I am.
Yeah, I don't really get to a time, and I know.
Okay, yes. As a matter of fact, it is here.
Yeah, make we check it out.
It is here. 5 weeks ago, Justice Antoinette Moore reserved judgment in the murder trial of William Danny Mason and his fellow accused Ashton Vanegas, Kiron Fernandez, Terence Fernandez, and Ernest Castillo. Well, Justice Moore is ready with a verdict.
Wow.
And tomorrow, which is today, the defendant will find out whether or not she thinks that they all had some role to play in July 2016 beheading murder of Pastor Llewellyn Lucas. I apologize. Viewers will remember that this trial ran its course over many months. And in that time, DPP Cheryl Lynn Vidal presented volumes of evidence against the men. She has acknowledged that her case is based on circumstantial evidence and that there were no eyewitnesses. She has asserted, however, that when taken collectively, the evidence demonstrates that on that day, Pastor Lou arrived at Mason's Intelco Hill home. He arrived there in the company of American David Dodd and another man. A key piece of evidence for the DPP's case is surveillance footage, captured by Mason's own surveillance system. It's a key piece of evidence.
Yes.
She invited the judge to closely review that footage, which she asserts is solid evidence. From the DPP's perspective, it shows that all 5 accused men kidnapped Lucas and his companions after Lucas and Mason had a meeting upstairs of his house.
When you look on that, when you talk about video footage, video and pictures not tell lie.
No, sir. And the thing is that it comes from the very house's
Right.
surveillance. So let me repeat that. From the DPP's perspective, it shows that all 5 accused men kidnapped Lucas, Pastor Lucas, and his companions after Lucas and Mason had a meeting upstairs of his house. So they have a meeting, and as soon as it gets out of that meeting, the 5 men
Grab
kidnap.
it. Yeah.
Whatever. The evidence, she says, shows that Mason and his workers then took them to his Outback Ranch on the George Price Highway. That means the pastor and his friend. That's when David Dodd and Pastor Lou's other companions were allowed to leave unharmed. So, David Dodd leaves unharmed, and the other person leaves unharmed, but the only person that's laid behind is Pastor Lou. Several hours later, all 5 men end up at Sanchez Bar in Benelmapan. That's where police found Pastor Lou's decapitated head in a bucket that was the back of Mason's pickup truck.
Wow.
The attorneys for the defendants have attempted to discredit the DPP's evidence, calling it unsafe and inadequate to base murder convictions on. they are of the opinion that all 5 men should be found not guilty. So what does the judge think after closely examining the entirety of the case? Well, she delivered her verdict today, and we'll be reporting that to you later. Well, I'm sure that Channel 7 is going to be all the way up there, and Channel 5 is going to be up there. So I guess that we'll be getting live reports from...
Facebook should be busy today.
Facebook should be busy today. It would be a disappointment for me if they would be acquitted, if they would be found not guilty. I'll be honest with you. I think I'm taking in everything into account, and I'm no lawyer, but I do believe that, in many cases the problem is that you know to your heart this son of a gun is guilty, but you have one piece of doubt in your mind, and because the law says that if you have to be beyond any doubt, you have to be sure beyond any doubt, because it's a man's life. So you said not guilty, but
Cruelty.
In this case, there's the evidence. There is evidence, so sufficient evidence, rather, in my mind.
A text says here, what was the pastor doing at that residence? Well, regardless what he may do there or not, we don't know, and that's not our concern. But he was there, and the video
But that's
footage.
a good question nonetheless, because you heard of Mason, how tricky he is, and did he go out to ask for a donation? But then that wouldn't merit killing the man, would it?
Or supposedly a good deal went bad.
Well, I don't know what you mean, good deal.
Because it was reported in some of the news that there was something that some Mennonites supposed to pay this man some money, and they were saying that Pastor Lou was the collecting agent.
Oh, okay, all right, okay, something like that I remember, yes. Can it be perhaps that
Monies was
Pastor Lou's caravan Lee money? That's why I
Well, if that or not that has nothing to do with the case and the verdict that will be handed down.
because at the end of the day, it's not Pastor Lou who's being
Pastor
on
Lou is
trial.
dead.
It is Mason who is being put on
And the
trial,
other 4
the
persons.
5 persons. So let's see what the judge says. I'm sure that she has reviewed that case incredibly well, being the Mason case. So I'm sure that, well, we'll find out later.
But if you can look at it, because they had a big time lead attorney in that case, and that big attorney is a man that is not known to be losing cases, and he dropped the case in the name of Mr. Dickie Bradley.
But there must be some sort of disappointment
He dropped the case.
from Dickie Bradley, because I think at the end of the day,
I think
you go to the client, and you go like,
tell me what happened.
tell me what going on. Tell me the truth, Papa.
Yeah. Tell me everything, no hide nothing.
You kill the man, no. Well, talk to me. If anybody going to offend you, than me, but you have to tell me the truth.
Yeah.
Well, no, sir, I never killed the man. And I don't know who killed her. Because pride is a hell of a thing, Pride is a hell of a thing. You don't let go. If you read a book, and it's called Crime and Punishment by Fyodor Dostoevsky, you'll find out from the last page that the last thing a man lets go before he dies is his pride. And I think that maybe that typically happens.
And Dickie must have said,
And then Dickie must have found out that the man is he lied through his eye teeth.
or must have found out there is no way I can win this case. And Herbie was there as well, and Herbie withdrew.
Mm-hmm.
Herbie Panton was there, and he withdrew from the case as well.
Well, as I say, God be with them.
Well, right now, I think it's only the leading judge, the one who knows what's the verdict, and that will be revealed today.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Ike, let the stones fall where they may. But at the end of the day, I think that people are clamoring for justice, not in this particular case, but in we would like to have it that people at least feel comforted that in this case that there was justice.
Yep. We have Delvi here this morning, no Martinez.
Certainly.
Good morning, Delvi.
Good morning, ¿cómo están?
Muy bien, gracias. ¿Cómo estás tú?
Bien, gracias a Dios.
¿Cómo está la mañana? Está bastante fresca en San Pedro. Está la mañana.
I'm still in San Pedro getting ready for school.
I didn't hear that.
She's getting ready for school. The weather is good.
Okay, the weather is good in San Pedro. Well, okay, good.
Yes,
Okay. All right, well.
It's fresh. It's beginning to feel a lot like Christmas.
I know. Chucky, give me the signal he's sang about.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. No make Martinez sing it in Paul, I got good weather.
I sing much better than him. How you know?
Well, you sing for yourself. Once you sing for yourself, you sing better than anybody else, you know?
I do. All right.
Go good, yeah.
Delvic, can we be honored? Yes. Can you proceed?
Hello?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, go ahead,
Yes,
Delvi.
I'm right here. I'm right.
Yeah, go ahead with your poem.
Okay, sure. All right. Well, this one that I'd like to share is entitled "Pain Brings a Promise."
Pain? Dolor.
Pain it brings a promise. All right, and it goes like this. Now picture one who bled and died, that our sinful past may subside. He suffered much, and through it all, he got back up each time he'd fall. It's too common, just cliche, that man named Christ died one day. On a tree he stood, all stretched out. A spoken peace came from his mouth. Forgive them, Father, for they know not. Even sinners has a spot. The thorns that was made for him was placed on top of his head. The crown was placed. But not a thing could have undone the battle that was already won. Now trace right back before the time Jesus knelt to pray in Gethsemane, that if it would be possible, that it would pass him by, that your will, Father, yours, not mine. And he wept bitterly, that blood came out instead of sweat. Through the pain, brutal pain, Jesus Christ did not forget that we would fall and make mistakes, that we would contribute to each other's heartaches, that we'd sometimes forget to pray. That is why he suffered pain, to show us grace undeserving, to show us mercy, to show us love. So he suffered greatly to gain our bliss. Behind his pain laid the greatest promise.
I like that very much. I like to draw the attention of the public to this one poem, and in particular to the section that says, "And his love undeserving." Am I right? You got almost to the last part? Because in my prayers every morning, I go like, "Good Lord, I don't know why you love us so much.
So much. Mm-hmm.
Because we not deserve that love. We are set up bad suckers, but you still love us.
And
You still
he loves
pardon
us
us.
anyway.
So when you mention we don't deserve that love, it rang a bell.
He loves
It
us
rang a
anyway. And as for us, is our heart that we be thankful. As we
That's
did not
right.
to earn it.
But most of us most of us don't even begin to show gratitude. Or even if we say gratitude, we only say, oh, like, as a matter of fact, it's just thank you, Lord, and that's it. But saying it is not the same thing as showing it, and there's a big difference. How do you show gratitude? God has asked us to do one thing: to love your brothers and sisters.
Love thy neighbors as thyself.
Love thy neighbors, and that's the way you can love Jesus, God, back. That's the only way. Love your brothers and sisters. And do we do it? No. Or not enough. Thank you very much. Very good poem.
Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity always.
Yes.
Have a wonderful day, Delve.
Have a great day too as well. God bless.
Bye-bye, baby.
We're going on a break, Mr. Martinez?
Yes, let's go on a break. It's 18 minutes before 8 o'clock. I hope you enjoyed Delve's poem as much as we did. And we'll be right back with a lot more. Don't go away.
6 cylinders to pure potential and better performance.
It looks like it vibrates. You think it could be the horsepower?
With a quart of oil and the calibration of the injectors, it will start to get the watchers again on the street.
We take a motor to its optimal level. We speak machine, Rush Franz, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
This soup not got no taste. I can't even feed it to my dog. It needs no salt. I don't have no salt. I don't have no money. I wonder when this man I get paid. John! I hope you know that down the street they played no bad picnic.
Mom, you know what? I just came from Miss Mary's house and she said she was renting her extra room on air something.
It's Airbnb, John. Didn't you listen to the BTB? Did you know it ad last week on television?
Okay, Mom, Airbnb. But still, we have an extra room and we could rent for extra cash for my new school books.
That's a good idea, John. We'd have to first register it with the BTB. But I don't have time for that right now. I need salt.
But babe, you know something? John is right, we need money, but we need to get it the correct way. So we need to register the room. I wish I know about this before. Let's go, son. Let's go register the room one time at BTB.
But I need some salt. John! 2 of a kind.
Did you know that if you own or operate a tourist accommodation, such as a room in your home for cash purposes to any guest, local or foreign, regardless of its location in the country, or if you're registered or advertising such room or property with any booking engine or marketing platform such as Airbnb, by law, you must register with the BTB. If you fail to do so, you commit an offense punishable by fine or imprisonment. For further information or assistance, please contact the BTB at licensing@BelizeTourismBoard.org or telephone 227-2420. You can follow us on Facebook too.
Notice the residents of rural communities in Orange Walk and Corozal districts. If you value your health and your children's health, you will dispose of your garbage only at approved sites. The disposal of garbage at any other location is illegal, and if caught, you can be fined up to $5,000. If you don't get caught, you can still suffer health impacts caused by these illegal sites, because illegal dump sites harbor pests such as rodents, possums, and mosquitoes that carry diseases. These can transmit those diseases to you and your children. In addition, the garbage you throw away illegally can contaminate water bodies near your community, the same water bodies you might use for recreation or other purposes. Only with your help can the Department of Environment ensure that Belize's development is safe for present and future generations. You can also contact your local village councils or Belize Solid Waste Management Authority for more information. The Department of Environment thanks you for your help.
The San Ignacio-Santa Elena Bypass Project is now complete. The transformation began in 2012, and now residents of the Twin Towns and visitors alike are enjoying the end result. Works include the full pavement of Lemulus Boulevard, along with 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage, LED lighting, and a roundabout at the entrance of Santa Elena. The Twin Towns now boast the longest and widest bridge in Belize, immune to flooding from the occasional rise in water levels of the McCall River. A bypass road was also built linking the new bridge to Joseph Andrews Drive, which was rehabilitated, as well as 1 mile of pavement, a median, and 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage. This was all done to the tune of $34.8 million. But that's not all. The project was extended due to savings from the successful execution and implementation of the initial scope of works. Now over 2 miles of additional roadworks will commence, including George Price Avenue, Liberty Avenue, and the George Price Highway between Three Flags and Hawksworth Bridge. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Everybody wants a clean and healthy family. That's why they purchase the best food products and the cleansing materials. This time, we give you a bigger size of La Costeña products like the mouth-watering fried beans and the pasta sauce. And surely for your clean laundry, we have the breathtaking aroma of Ensueño Max Suavitel. Even your visitors will ask what you clean your floors and restrooms with. And you can boast it is the variety of Pinol products and Sultan muriatic acid now in 900 milliliters. And much more for the best prices only at German Vega and Sons Imports. We serve you at number 5 San Antonio Road, Orange Walk Town. You can even call us at 322-3625 or 322-2672. Or you can even send us a fax at 322-2571 or email us at germanvega@btl.net. German Vega and Sons Limited, because we care for you.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. It's exactly 11 minutes before 8 o'clock, here with Mr. Robert Checky Usher, the one and only. Checky, we saw in the news that government continues to invest mega millions in infrastructure around the country.
Yes.
We were treated yesterday with more information that the coastal road will be paved finally. That topic has languished for decades because I wish we had a coastal road. We do have a coastal road, but it has remained unpaved.
It's like you don't got access.
Exactly, unpaved. And when it rains, it becomes unpassable because there are no good bridges in the area and so forth and so forth.
Yeah, they have about 5 areas that need bridges.
That's exactly right. So it's often undrivable. But the good thing is that it goes straight to Dangerica.
Yeah, it's 36
La
miles.
Democracia to Dangerica. So you don't have to go all the way to Belmopan.
Yeah, and that's the road that we need to use right now. And when you go all the way to Belmopan, so now through that coastal road, when that is completed, the time when I take from Democracia to Griga, it's almost like you just reach Belmopan.
It will probably cut about 45 minutes to an hour of a trip to Dangerica and all points beyond. So if you're going to Dangerica from Belize City, it will normally take you, say, an hour to Belmopan and another hour and a half to Dangerica, let's just say. So it would take off at least 45 minutes to an hour. Now, who wouldn't want that?
And driving on good highway as well.
And driving on beautiful highway. So, well, the project now is now close to a reality. But it's still some time away because contracts were signed for the Coastal Highway Upgrading Project, which is co-sponsored by and funded through a loan from the Caribbean Development Bank, with grant funding from the United Kingdom Caribbean Infrastructure Partnership Fund. And that was signed yesterday in Belmopan at the Ministry of Works Conference Room, along with a component for another mega project, which is the Caracol Road. A lot of controversy again with the Caracol Road because people are saying, why spend so much money to open up a road to very simply a historic site, a Mayan temple? It's not only a road to the Mayan temple, it's opening the area. But then again, I'm sure that I can't picture Caracol exactly where it is. It's in the Vaca Plateau, right?
Yeah.
It's in the Vaca Plateau. So I would imagine that there is no paved road to that area, to the Vaca Plateau. So it's going to be a beautiful area for housing, beautiful area for hotels, a beautiful area for expansion of the San Ignacio. You know, the Cayo district is close to 100,000 people living there now. Double what Orange Walk has as a total. So many people looking for houses in Cayo, it's not funny. And they need to do expansion. So the Coastal Road project, which will span 36 miles, isn't that a fluke? 36 miles from Belize City to Dangriga, they say by air, and 36 miles from Democracia of the road to Dangriga, now through the coastal. So double 36 will cost $62.9 million for lot 1 and $70.2 million for lot 2. That's a total of $133.1 million or $3.7 million a mile, which involves paving the entire length of the road, including bridges, drainage, and the roundabout at the junction with the Hummingbird. So
when you exited from out of the
Coastal Road project, which was planned, will cost $62.9 million for lot 1 and $70.2 million for lot 2. And we're talking about the same project here. So it's going to be $133.1 million. We had heard that it's $100 million only for the Caracol Road, so it's going to be $133 for the Coastal Road. My big question is, Mr. Barrow promised to pave the road from Sand Hill all the way up to the border point. When will that happen? That's my big question.
But just like how he promised this one for the coastal, that can't choose, so everything at the time.
Well, please don't make us wait too long. Because I'll be honest with you, I don't particularly feel fond of what is the word that I'm looking for? But to make big ado of the projects that are for 2 and 3 years from now, etc., etc., etc. I do believe that, and I'm glad that these roads are happening. It's just that we don't hear nothing but the paving of the northern road. So I'm wondering what's going on there. Has it been shelved? We need that road because it needs to be, above all, it needs to be marked. It has to be brought to standards just like the rest of the country. If you go down to Stan Creek, or if you go down to Kyle, the roads are all beautifully paved. The one, it's all marked out with reflectors and lights and so forth. And the road here, if it goes to the highway, is dark as hell, and you don't know if it's up on the side or the middle or what. So we need that. We need that urgently, because the amount of traffic that goes on that northern highway is not funny. So I believe that should be number one on your list, Mr.
Yeah, that road is very, very busy. Well, there must be a good reason why he said he was going to upgrade the road. Just like what you're saying, the road busy. We got a lot of traffic.
The road way busy, and like I said, it's not marked.
Yeah.
Not in its entirety.
Yeah.
Some parts of it are marked, but some parts of it are. They began the project and that was it. It not come true. So I don't know what happened there, but I really would appreciate if the road was redone and marked with ample areas for emergency parking, etc., as you have in other areas. You know that and I used to always wonder when I was in Mexico traveling with my brother. You're traveling in the highways, and these are all projects that are privately funded.
What?
Privately funded. Listen to it. Privately funded. So they charge you quotas. They charge you tolls. La Carretera al Sol, which is the one that goes from Mexico City to Acapulco, is beautiful. They've cut through but because it's in mountainous areas, they even have areas where a vehicle that has lost its brake to go up on, because there's like a big mound of sand or something.
Oh,
So
okay.
you run up that hill till you stop, till you buck.
So you're not going in a ditch.
You're not going, and you don't have to go, because what happens is that a lot of people drive in those areas with and brake constantly, because the braking wears out your hub and rotor.
Oh yes, true.
Your brakes. So that happened to us. That happened to us on the very same trip, and we didn't realize when it said frenar con tu motor y no con tus frenos. I got like, how the hell you frenar con tu motor? Well, it turns out that you had to change gear. Anyway, they have made beautiful work there, and you are insured, and you have these areas where you can do emergency parking, etc. Really well thought of. I'm hoping that for this kind of money you get everything, and you don't have. I'm really gonna say the truth here, and you have unfinished patchwork. Really,
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to see that.
Yeah, but somebody they said that right us about the infrastructure, no? He said nothing bad with infrastructure, but why the government doesn't adjust the minimum wage and Belizeans will be happy.
Well, that's not an easy adjustment, because at the end of the day, it's not government paying for the minimum wage. It's the businessmen that are going to be paying with it. Well, part of it will be government, and part of it will be.
Yeah.
But for this majority, it will be the private sector that's going to be affected. So, and I hear your call though. I like that, because I hear your call. I believe that. But what percentage of people are still on minimum wage? I don't know what percentage of people are still on minimum wage.
Yeah, that's true. By the high percentage.
You think so?
I believe so.
Do you think that you have, because I think the minimum wage would apply only to those
work at those
girls
shops
working at those Hindu shops and so forth. I would imagine. I don't know.
Yeah, but
Because none of those other places, I know that some stores pay extremely,
yeah, they got some of the stores that pay good.
exceedingly well. And but like I said, I don't know, but it will be good. Eventually, it will be good. But it's not something that can just quickly come bigger than boof. But
Yeah.
well, I hear your call.
Yeah, but when you talk about opening up the area as well, Mr. Martinez, is very important because you know how much people would like to go and visit Dandriga, how much people want to go to Placencia, but the first thing that comes to their mind are the road. Just like what happened at Sartaneja. When Easter come by, we know why we're at Sartaneja because that road too bad. Now, with infrastructure, it opens up the area. You say, Mr. Cheke, I am earning $145 a week. 2 children at college is stressful.
That bad.
What?
Not bad. That's not good at all.
$145 weekly with 2 children at college.
If I mean you're gonna be fine how feeded, but with 2 children picked in a college, and I say how you gonna make it, Papa?
So if this person get $145 a week and they work 45,
change that job, man.
But if
get out of that place.
But if they work 45 hours for the week, what do they look
It's about
at?
$3.25.
That's the minimum wage, huh?
That's minimum wage, yes, something like that.
Man,
get out of that job.
But maybe there is no other choice, Mr. Martinez. Maybe there is no other choice of getting another job.
If you work 45 hours a week, I'm sure. Look, when people go to States and tell me, Mr. Martinez, I work 3 jobs. I leave one and I go to the other one at 6 o'clock in the evening, and I don't see my kids until
sometime
12
Friday
o'clock
evening
in the night because I have kids to maintain and this and the other. I'll be honest with you. I would invite that person to rethink, to get something you have listened to me good, to get something you have never had, you have to do something you have never done. Get out of a job and find someplace else. Believe me, if it will take you 2 weeks, but don't leave your job until you find something else. But if it takes you 2 weeks to get something else, pray on it, pray on it, pray on it, and believe me, God will listen to what you call it, to your plea. Believe me.
Someone is saying here, at least if we're on the minimum wage, at least ask them for ease up on the social security.
No, you can't ease
that
up
can't
on the
happen.
social security.
That can't happen. You have to pay that.
You have to pay that.
And it's for your protection as well when you pay
It's for your
social
protection,
security.
yes.
That's why.
Because directly you drop sick, and then you don't got nothing for lean pan.
Chinese man don't understand that people who get sick, they say, sick, I don't know what you mean.
I know. But
that minimum
I
wage
would
thing-
suggest to that person, get out of that job.
But you can't get out of the job, you got to pick the way
But how do you know that?
Why?
Because sometimes we get complacent, We get complacent. Man, I can't find no other job, this and the other. But you do, I just challenged you.
There is lots of different things and lots of different ways how people does things, pa. Like my ma, when my ma used to work, she used to work at Myanmar restaurant from 3 until 11. In the day, she used to do washing and ironing for people. And used to make bread and stuff to sell sometime. Because she was a single parent with 7 picnic. But then time things never so tight like right now.
No.
It never so tight, man. Things never you come and buy and think I'm looking for 8 cents. That Mr. Ayuso. So things never so tight. But used to take, because the time the oil company was here, and they used to stay at Myanmar, so they used to give her the little job to do the wash and ironing for them. So this lady in our restaurant lot, they struggle to bring up a picnic there. Just like the ones that are, like you said, at the States, that's true. They got some people when they go out Monday morning, they don't come back till Friday evening. They do a live-in job. Or when they come off on one job, then jump on our next job. But maybe that is not available here in Belize. And like I say, 330 times 45 hours is 148 and $2 for Social Security.
I got you. Get out of that job.
You got a job for good lady?
I don't know. I don't have a job, but I'm sure that.
Or maybe you still have to start to look for something else.
But I just did ask her. I just did ask her to get out to go look for someplace else. To be honest with you, rather than complain about the system, you can get a higher paying job. Believe me, it'll make all the difference in the world.
Yeah.
All the difference in the world.
He said, but sir, they are paying the minimum wage. Maybe she have checked with other jobs already, and they are paying the minimum wage.
Well, get another job.
You think
another one plus?
Well, double up?
Yeah.
It's tight though. It's tight.
I know it's tight.
It's tight. I could take a leave break, pa.
Yeah, it's 8:07, and when we come back, we'll be talking yet about another interesting topic. So don't go away. We'll be right back after these messages.
The ongoing technological evolution constantly transforms the way we live our lives. The introduction of our national fiber network creates the opportunity for Belizeans to live the digital lifestyle. Today, Digi is proud to introduce Dana, Belize's first artificially intelligent automated assistant. Dana is the modern customer service experience. Available 24/7, Dana can provide Digi prepaid and postpaid customers with directory information, credit and plan balances, product and promo information, and more. Just talk to Dana. Want to check your credit balance? Ask Dana.
Hey Dana, what's my credit balance?
New Digi promotions? Ask Dana.
Hey Dana, any new Digi promotions?
Dial 113 for directory assistance and dial 119 to talk to Dana. Digi remains committed to introducing the latest in cutting-edge technologies. Transforming Belize, one technology at a time. Try Dana today.
Thank you for calling Digi Customer Service.
Motor 5.0, 4 válvulas por cilindro. Todos quisiéramos una. Como que no agarra, ¿no? Siento como que se le pega el balancín. Vamos a darte el aceite que te mereces. Vas a correr como rayo, preciosa.
Los que oímos más allá de las revoluciones, hablamos máquina. Roche France, poniendo el mundo a funcionar.
Agente autorizado German Vega y Sons. Teléfono 322-3625. Roche France.
Someone come? Yes, someone coming. Let's go. Sa. First sense question of the day. Why you the letter here?
Who sent me the letter?
That sign right there. You can't read?
Well, make I tell you something. In this here community, everybody dump here, so me just dump my garbage right here.
So if somebody jump off a bridge, you that do it too?
Oh man, no.
You never know that littering is an environmental crime and Department of the Environment can charge you for that?
Why is that a crime?
Because you pollute the same environment you live in, dirtying the same land and water you use. You don't even know that you dumping garbage can make you and your family sick by attracting disease-carrying pests, and the Department of the Environment just to try help we take care of the environment.
So all of that? Well, know that you put it that way.
Thanks for your 5 cents, brother. That's 5 cents question of the day.
This message is brought to you by the Department of the Environment.
Our economy benefits when goods and mobile services get to their destination quickly. When citizens are able to travel without frustration and undue hurdles, everyone benefits as well. The government of Belize is happy to announce the imminent upgrades to the Carazal-Sartaneja Road. 27 miles of road will be upgraded to paved standards and will include the replacement of 2 ferries with new bridges.
Why is it that we're going to invest in Sartaneja? Why is it that we have to take $50 million to invest in an area where we do not have a political directorate? We believe that as a government, we have to provide a service to all Belizeans.
Well, this for the village of Chunosh is a big advantage both ways.
Sometimes when we got sickness, we got people sick at the clinic there, home in. When we reach at the ferry, can't pass, 45 minutes have to wait. So now this road will benefit whole village, Sartinea and Copperbank. I'm part of Progresso too. Well, it's really, really important for us.
I know that our village is not so much developed with tourism because it's a remote village. And for that reason, we don't have a lot of tourism over there. But now with this upgrading of the road and the pavement of the road, I believe and I think that it will be much, much beneficial for us and for everybody.
More for Belizeans, more for Belize, the government of Belize. Moving Belize forward.
You have an 8-cylinder powerful engine disguised as an aluminum alloy that spins at 8,000 revolutions per minute.
Goes like this. You think it's a turbo?
No, with a cleaning of injectors and a change of oil, you will run more efficient, my friend.
For those who understand the engine like it talks to you, we speak machine. Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega and Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Welcome back to the SugarCity Morning Show, live and direct from Nortevision, Channel 10 here in Orange Grove. I saw a post coming from Mr. Jose de la Fuente, which is Giovanni, and he has been asking about if anyone knows about these two individuals, which really they are dead. Their tombs he's featuring, and if anybody would, and I myself am at a loss because every time I pass San Antonio Road and I stop in the new cemetery, because I want to tell you that I do pretty much the same thing. You know how much time dog don't nearly bite me, so you can do that. There's a certain individual called Mr. Hudson, who is buried at the very corner. If you pass by there, this is the tomb that you see at the very, very, very corner. It's a pretty expensive piece of tomb because it's made out of marble or granite or something like that. It's not just cement, and it's imported. But J.T. King Hudson, and I think he was born in the 1800s and died in the early 1900s. If anybody knows about that, on behalf of Giovanni and I, would like you to get in contact with us, because we're just curious. And the other one that Giovanni featured, Tiburcio Escalante, I know a lot about him because he's my family. And Rohel, that's your great-grandfather right there. So, by the way, so, and the tomb, and the one right besides Tiburcio, if you ever go to the old cemetery, you will see that there's a small little tomb there, a grave rather, a small grave, and that is the one for the younger son of Francisco Escalante, who was killed by Marcos Canul. That's according to Meg Craig and Emery King, and some other well-informed individuals. But just that little clarification. If anyone wants to know more about that, I'd be willing to give you more information. But the Hudson part, I'd be glad to get some information. Just a little, I'm taking the opportunity to talk about this and to mention this, just in case if somebody knows who that Mr. Hudson is, who's buried in the at the very corner of the new cemetery in Orange Road.
I understand that when it comes to butane, they have started to do a standardization on the prices of butane, which I think it's something good.
Well, actually, do you know how it's going to work exactly?
I'm not sure how it works. I was listening to the minister yesterday, Minister Panton, and she was saying that it comes from the wholesalers, that they try to beat prices with other wholesalers. So the retailers, the person who would retail it, they get it. You know, they have them people go around, the trucks thing.
Government is going to take a more integral part in the importation of.
Hello, good morning.
¿Con quién hablo?
Ese es Nortevisión Channel 10. ¿Con quién querías hablar, señor?
Pues ya estoy hablando contigo, pero ¿quién eres tú?
¿Con quién querías hablar?
Contigo, pero quiero tu nombre.
Es Mr. Osha y Mr. Martínez.
Ok, lo que está pasando es que yo hablé con Chequilla hace poco, ya cuando estaban elaborando la tienda nueva, que no estoy consiguiendo no se oye tu voz en nada, ya tiene 2 semanas o más.
¿Dónde?
No te oye, no se oye tu voz de tu programa.
¿Pero de dónde dónde vives?
Pasadita Area.
Pasadita Area. Oh, ya me recuerdo que me diste la semana pasada en Pasadita Area. Yeah. So you don't hear no voice right now?
Chequero hear no voice, but I don't know if that's the provider or the channel. I don't know which one.
All right. Thank you very much, my brother. We are looking into it. I remember you told me that last week, yes.
But
yes, thank you, Chequero.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lives in the Pasadita area, and he was telling me that he just can only video, no audio. Yeah, but I guess
it's the provider. It's the provider. It's the provider. You see, sometimes people don't believe. Sometimes people believe that the signal comes out of here directly to center, and that's not the way it happens. The signal has to go fiber optic all the way to Belmopan, and then somebody picks it up and distributes it. And then somebody else picks it up and distributes it. And many times in the course of that distribution, certain adjustments are not made. So sometimes they forget to take up the line input or something like that. And invariably this is what happens. So you have to, it takes good technicians to be able to follow this through. But it's not our end. Our end comes out, audio and video. So what's coming out of us, out of this television station, is the picture along with the audio. We just checked it. So please check with your cable provider and tell them that you would like to get please check their controls, because you're not getting good audio on channel 62.
Yeah, because whatever cable provider you have, you are paying them, so they're supposed to make sure that you're getting
and
your
they're
service.
Supposed to follow through to the headquarters in Belmopan, where it is redistributed. Okay? Because, like I said, it doesn't go from here directly to Centaur. No, it does not.
Yeah.
Okay? It goes through a central distribution, and then to Belmopan, and then, well, I don't know the whole thing, how it goes. But it's not as simple as you think. In other words, it means that there are other people involved, where if they are not doing their part in ensuring that the audio is on, then things like this will happen. But it will take you to advise us and to tell us what's going on, so we in turn, or you in turn, can talk to your provider, and we in turn can speak to our people so that we come together and combine forces.
If that,
yes?
Yeah, if that will have to get closed caption. Con títulos.
Oh, okay. Con títulos en español.
Yeah. Yeah, so Mr. Martinez, you were saying that the government will be regulating the for the butane.
They will be taking a more integral part in the importation of it.
Okay.
A lot of the current importers of butane were saying that government was pretty much sidelining them. In other words, no, I shouldn't be explaining this right now because I don't know what's the latest that has occurred. I say I should because I don't want to misinform anybody. I don't know the latest, but I do believe that government has taken an active role in becoming part of the distribution process in order to try to assay all that competition and that unfair competition, really. So one provider, one price, etc., etc., etc. In an effort to try to bring down or stabilize the price of the butane gas. But what I can do is I can have that report for you tomorrow. I can accept openly that I don't know enough about it. But I will butane gas in Belize.
So did you saw the interview with the minister yesterday?
No, I did not. We got out there.
Yeah. I think it's the same thing that you're discussing, she was saying, but if you could find it there with Minister Tracy Panton. It was on the news yesterday. Because it's something that concerns everyone, because everybody in the household they use butane. They got people use butane for their vehicle.
A little bit more in Corozal, a little bit more in PG.
Yeah, basically like the fuel, right?
Yes. And very slightly, okay. Western Energy Limited, Gas Thompson and Southern Choice are selling the butane for $4.20 per gallon. The Minister of State Investment, Tracy Tegapan, says that prices are unsustainable and ultimately drive out the small retailers. Let's see what Ms. Tracy Tegapan has to say. If you got the picture, government had introduced a price of $4.75. There are 3 companies that have reduced the price to $4.20. So isn't this good for the customers? Let's see what Tracy Tegapan says. It is a price war, if you will, of course. So we had to institute for a floor. We have found out though that some of these suppliers are still not respecting the floor, and so we should have a House meeting this week, in fact, to make some amendments to the Supply Control Act to ensure that we can put in provisions in that act to penalize suppliers who do not respect government-controlled prices. When the prices are ignored, the person who suffers are local retailers because they can't buy for the prices that suppliers are paying. Let me see if I can get logic out of this. When the prices are ignored, the persons who suffer are local retailers because they can't buy for the prices that suppliers are paying and they can't sell for the price that they are buying from the suppliers.
So maybe they have different suppliers that are offering a cheaper price to some of the retailers, but then not everybody there with that supplier.
So it is creating a lot of tensions in terms of the market. LPG is a very important commodity for households, as well as also for the small business, the tourism sector in particular. So government will take every measure it can to ensure that there is a compliance with government-regulated prices. Okay, let's revisit your, what you call it. Can you explain that a little bit?
Maybe some of the suppliers there, maybe they supply to me.
All right, it has been established that there are 3 companies, and it's called Western Energy Limited, Gas Tomza, and Southern Choice Butane, which is Zeta Gas, are selling the butane for $4.20 per gallon, and the price that should be sold is $4.75 per gallon. So you have some of them selling for $4.75 and some of them selling for $4.20.
And that's below the
Why
regulated
are
price.
they selling it for $4.20? The whole point is that they're trying to find ways, put in an SI, where they're going to be penalizing these companies if they sell below the threshold, below the $4.75, because they cannot be doing it now. At the end of the day, the consumer, I don't know if the price to the consumer is the price that is being charged here. I don't know if that price
maybe
is
the
wholesale
consumer
price or whatever.
Maybe the consumer get the regulated price, but then the supplier, the distributors, then they get it cheaper. But we don't know if they pass on that saving to the customers.
Well, I'm still not 100% clear about what the problem is, although I know that there are 3 companies that are underselling and that they'll be charged. But at the end of the day, I guess, in my mind, it's an open market and you should sell. So the protection is for whom? You go to where you can get it cheaper. You understand my point?
Yes. So the persons that when they go sell the butane in your house there and buy it from the person who will sell it cheaper to them. But one day if they give the persons, when they go to your house, if they give you cheaper and from the other ones you buy from.
Well, we don't know that.
Yeah,
We're just
that's why it needs to be regulated.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's investigate a little bit more about that, because from the information that we have, it's not entirely clear what is the problem.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? You have three of the sellers are selling for 50 cents cheaper than what the government is saying. So they can afford to sell it 55 cents cheaper than what government is selling them they should.
Yeah.
And they're selling it. The question is that a benefit to the customers? $4.20? So what's the point? And I'm just trying to understand Ms. Tracy Tega's explanation there. I'm just trying to understand.
Maybe
it says, when the prices are ignored, the persons who suffer, when the prices are ignored, the persons who suffer are local retailers. Local retailers. These are the importers. Local retailers. The ones who buy the gas from Tomza and from Southern Choice. Let's just think about it. All right? And the local retailers, because they can't buy for the prices that suppliers are paying. It just doesn't follow.
You see what happened is maybe
it just doesn't follow.
Maybe they got some of the suppliers there. We got certain people who buy from them, but then there are people buy from them and they give them for 50 cents cheaper. But if I buy from the next person, they'll give me for that cheaper. So what they and try to say, well, you know what, I'm going to buy from this supplier because it's cheaper. So they hold on the other suppliers, and from selling.
We know that that's a consequence of it. But like I said, in my mind, let the open market reign and let competition reign. If they can sell for $4.20, well then why don't they?
Yeah. On another note, Mr. Martinez, I was talking to someone yesterday, a person that lost her husband, and she was telling me about a situation that she has currently at Social Security. You know, she went to Social Security to try to do her claim. They have their contribution pass over 500, no? But they were telling her that the benefits that she will be receiving from Social Security, she needs to sign the documentation, but she will only be getting it for 1 year. You know, and she is stunned and don't really know why they just give her for 1 year. And it's not supposed to be for 1 year. And I think it's only, well, I'm not sure what their contribution, but it's like $192 for the month or something like that. And but I was asking her about why for 1 year her husband has been paying, and they had their little business by family business as well, and her husband was working as well and paying Social Security, and now they are saying you get this money, but you only get it for 1 year. So after 1 year, you're not getting no more.
I can't begin to explain.
I not even the lady cannot understand, but well, she says she and them behind there until they get to find out, and if she has to go away to Belmopan to talk to someone in high authority, he want to know why is it that they just give her for 1 year.
Okay, run this through again by me.
Her husband died.
Mm-hmm.
She's claiming for Social Security benefits. But when she went to Social Security...
Oh, I really know. I think that the lady misunderstood. Because the law is very clear. Listen up. The law is very, very clear. If the lady, if the husband dies, and the lady then gets the Social Security from the husband, a pension, okay? If he has been paying substantially, then she will get approximately 60% of what the husband had been paying in. Listen carefully. If during the course of a year or so, or 2 years, the lady decides to find another partner and get married, then that payment will stop. I have personal, I'm saying it wrong. I know of a case exactly like this. But so the person every 6 months has to be saying to Social Security, oh, by the way, I did that, have not gotten married, so you have to keep on giving me the 60%. The minute you get married, which I believe is totally unfair, because damn that your husband money, first husband money, and what if that money you're using it to help raise your kids, okay? Then that money stops coming into you. About 1 year or so, I think that it's a misunderstanding. Very simply, a misunderstanding. Did you see it in writing?
No. Well, okay. I hope it's not a misunderstanding. I hope it's not a misunderstanding.
Well, I hope it is a misunderstanding because the law says completely otherwise.
So
they can't stop you. The pension is a pension is a pension.
Yeah. If the lady can call us, give us a call at 302-2170.
A pension is a pension is a pension. You don't have a pension for only 1 year.
Yeah. A pension supposed to be for life, right?
Of course.
Once you remain single. Once
you remain single, and in other words, once you remain, and you don't take one ex-man, straight up I tell you, then
they can't
got no cut off. They can't fool with your money. However, if you've taken on another man and you've brought him home, and that person helps you with the expenses of the house, well, then Social Security feels that they can stop giving you the pension, which I believe, I'm not defending Social Security here. As a matter of fact, I feel that what they do is wrong. they should continue giving you the pension, regardless if you take on 1 or 2 man, because that's still your husband's money. Damn it.
And like you said, suppose they have the picnic for maintain.
Thank you.
Where husband left with them, they have to maintain their picnic.
Exactly.
So why will you take it away?
Why will you take it away?
Yeah.
Why would they take it
Somebody say el seguro social, en mi opinión, es un negocio.
Pues, es distintas formas que en personas ya lo llaman negocio. Pero vamos a ver qué nos pueden decir.
Hello, good morning, SugarCity MorningShow.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes, I am the person when just said willing for my card.
Okay. Explain to Mr. Martinez what they told you when you went there.
Buenos días.
Buenos días. Ok, ten una plática conmigo, no con el teléfono.
Ok.
Solo baja el volumen de tu televisión.
Ok.
Ok. Gracias.
Ajá, soy la persona que acaba de...
Sí, sí, ajá.
Y no entendí mal.
¿Qué es lo que sucedió entonces? ¿Qué es lo que te dijeron?
Me dijeron que no podía yo conseguir la pensión. La excusa de ellos es porque no tengo 50 años. Y yo les dije que cuando mi esposo estaba pagando el seguro social, en ningún momento dijeron que si no tenía los 50 no me iban a poder dar la pensión que él conseguía.
Pero si no estás consiguiendo la pensión por tu edad, si no estás consiguiendo la pensión porque tu esposo falleció, ¿verdad?
Sí, exactamente. Pero ese es el argumento de ellos, donde no hallaron nada más, y eso es que me tenían llenando papeles para acá, llenando papeles para allá, y el resultado es que solo me pueden dar la pensión para 1 año.
¿Dónde te dijeron eso?
Aquí en Orange.
¿Con quién platicaste?
Con Miss Martínez, el supervisor. Dice que esas son una de las reglas, pero no entiendo. Yo necesito que alguien más me explique esto.
Vea, yo no entiendo por qué Social Security tiene una ley tan estúpida como eso, porque abiertamente lo clasifico como estúpido, y no solo estúpido, injusto.
Esa es la palabra perfecta.
Injusto.
Estoy haciendo saber al público porque, como yo, hay muchas personas que le ha pasado a lo mejor peor que esto. Y todo el mundo se queda callado.
Ve a platicar con Miss Requena. Es la jefa. No, es la jefa aquí en Social Security. Pide hablar con Miriam.
Ok, ¿aquí en Orange Rock?
Aquí en Orange Rock.
Ok, está bien.
Y pide hablar con la jefa, y no quieres hablar con nadie sino la jefa. Y que ella te lo explique bien qué sucede. Y lo bueno es de que cuando platiques con ella, le puedes decir que aunque eso sea la ley, que haya un problema con la edad, que si ella puede intervenir a cambiar eso. ¿Ok? Porque me parece bastante injusto que porque no tienes 50 años. Pues precisamente no es porque no estás consiguiendo la pensión por tu edad, sino porque tu esposo ya lo trabajó, y eso debe ser automático.
Encima de eso le bajaron, porque solo me dejaron 192.
Ay, Dios.
Él conseguía 295.
¿Él estaba colectando Social Security cuando estaba enfermo?
Sí.
Yo no sabía eso. Así que él ya estaba colectando dinero. ¿Por cuánto tiempo?
Por 5 años.
Ahí está el problema. Los beneficios que él tiene él no hizo suficientes pagos para Social Security para conseguir una pensión.
¿Cuánto
contribution
ustedes tenían en Social Security? ¿Más que 500?
Más de 500. Ellos mismos me lo verificaron ayer.
¿Más de 500?
Sí, señor.
porque ya automáticamente, ya luego de 500 pagos, automáticamente ya tienes una pensión, ¿no?
Sí.
Aunque...
Él no estaba corto de ningún pago.
Anda a platicar con Miriam, platícale con Miriam. Y la señora Requena. Y dile que te explique esto muy bien. Ella te lo puede explicar bien y las preguntas que tengas se lo haces a ella también.
Ok, gracias.
Muchas gracias. Thank you very much. Yeah. Before we comment on that, Pam, we go up on a break, and then when we come back, if we need to comment on that, then we do so, because
Ya
it's
son las
18 minutes away from
8:43, 17 minutos para las 9. Vamos a una pausa este momento y estamos de vuelta con ustedes.
Sí, podemos ganar el cuarto, el quinto, el sexto. Yes, we can continue to win. Sí, podemos seguir ganando. All our highways, north, south, east, and west, have been reconstructed or are being reconstructed. The Philip Wilson Highway, the George Price Highway, the Hummingbird Highway, the Southern Highway are all receiving upgrades thanks to our United Democratic Party. We have built schools, classrooms, health centers, clinics, football stadiums, multi-purpose centers like this magnificent one that we occupy here today. Es un nuevo día para el UDP, un nuevo día para Belize.
Yes, come in. Why, Sean?
Joe.
Long time no see. How is everything?
Everything is good, man. What's the latest with you?
Man, everything is good. Business is flowing. I can't complain. As a matter of fact, I'm working on a new project. Thank God you're here. Let me show you the plans. All right? These are the plans for my 5-bedroom, fully furnished apartment complex. When I tell you fully furnished, AC, hot and cold, Wi-Fi, you name it, I have it. All right? And I want to market this on Airbnb.
All sounds nice, but have you started your paperwork already?
Which paperwork?
Joe, don't tell me you don't know. For you to market or rent any type of rooms, you have to register with the BTB, bro. It's in the law book.
Wow, really, Sean? I never knew that. You know what? I finished all of my work for today. Make we go to BTB one time, go deal with this paperwork, and then after that, go take on Lee 1 too.
All right, cause I thirsty, but make we go to BTB first.
Make we go.
Did you know that if you own or operate a tourist accommodation, such as a room in your home for cash purposes to any guest, local or foreign, regardless of its location in the country, or if you're registered or advertising such a room or property with any booking engine or marketing platform such as Airbnb, by law, you must register with the BTB. If you fail to do so, you commit an offense punishable by fine or imprisonment. For further information or assistance, please contact the BTB at licensing@BelizeTourismBoard.org or telephone 227-2420. You can follow us on Facebook too.
The Philip Goldson Highway between Belize City and the Philip Goldson International Airport is getting a major facelift to the tune of $31.5 million. Section B of the highway upgrading project between Haulover Bridge and the Buttonwood Bay Boulevard roundabout is underway at an investment of $21 million. Works consist of the full rehabilitation of the road to paved standard, which includes the widening of the road to 4 lanes, lined sidewalks and drains, wide shoulders, median, and parking, plus a bus lane at designated sections of the road. LED road lighting will be installed along with road safety features such as signs, reflectors, and road markings. The project will also facilitate in the improvement of underground infrastructure for the public utility companies. The Government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
world-class spaces for Belizean athletes to thrive and fans to enjoy. Our new basketball and multi-purpose arenas have proven their worth, attracting regional and international sporting events and hosting expos, conferences, and proud graduates. Your government moving Belize forward.
SugarCity Morning Show.
Welcome back, bienvenidos de vuelta al Sugar City Morning Show. Ya casi es tiempo para que nos vayamos, las 8:49 minutos, 11 minutos más en este último segmento. En este último segmento vamos a... En este último segmento, finalmente salió. Vamos a simplemente recapitular rápidamente qué es lo que hemos estado hablando. Primero, antes que nada, les prometo checar acerca del butane.
Yep. Yes.
¿Qué es la situación allá? ¿Por qué es de que hay un problema si es que ciertos individuos están vendiendo más barato? Al final del día, ¿no es un mercado abierto? Al final del día, si es que tal fulanito lo puede vender más barato, ¿por qué es que no le puedo comprar a él si él lo vende más barato?
Maybe it must get restricted. I just sell to a certain amount of people and I sell to the next one.
Pues vamos a saber, vamos a ver por qué. Porque hay un open market policy, es más mercado abierto, que quien tiene mejor precio es el que vende más. Punto.
Yeah.
¿Y por qué van a penalizar a los individuos que están vendiendo más barato? No es como si fuera que bueno, ahí vamos a ver si es que está hecho porque están tratando de hacer de menos la ley. ¿Qué son las razones por qué tres compañías han decidido ir en contra de lo que es la ley escrita, que supuestamente les da la oportunidad de hacer más dinero? ¿Por qué, si es que tengo la oportunidad de hacer más dinero, opto para venderlo mucho más barato? Esa es la pregunta.
Yeah, and also we'd like to encourage that lady that has that issue with Social Security to follow up on it.
Follow.
Who she needs to go and talk to?
Miss Requena.
Miss
Miriam Requena.
Okay, and Miss Miriam is there to talk to persons as well when they go and see her, right?
Of course, she's the manager.
Yeah.
Yo quisiera que platique con ella, porque yo no... Si tu esposo ya estaba en pensión, entonces, si él estuviera viviendo, él va a conseguir pensión para el resto de su vida. Pues así es la pensión, ¿no? Y si califica entonces para pensión, no hay que digamos que tu pensión son poco 25 años, papá, así que a los 75 años, a los 80 años, vas a tener que buscar qué hacer. Está jodido la cosa que me digas que a los 80 años tú quieres buscar un trabajo.
A pension no have no
Exacto, exacto. Así que sin tener que mencionar el nombre, su esposo estuviera vivo, continuaría esa pensión.
Pero ella está diciendo también, Mr. Martínez, que su esposo estaba colectando tanto, ahora ellos quieren bajar el cantidad que su esposo estaba consiguiendo.
Pues eso ya lo expliqué. la esposa no consigue todo. La esposa consigue 60%, que es otra vergüenza de parte de Social Security. 60%. ¿Ok? Dices el esposo, el asegurado es el esposo. Ya falleció. Ahora, ese dinero, el 100%, donde el esposo lo conseguía, era para el esposo, la esposa y los hijos pequeños. Se supone que si ya tienes 18 años, 17 años ya puedes salir a chambear. Pero los niños pequeños, si es que algunos, tienen que también mantenerlos con esa pensión. Bueno, pero también no veo un individuo de 55 años teniendo hijos pequeños que está enfermo. No lo veo. Posible, pero no probable. Bueno, el esposo fallece, se sale del picture y se queda la esposa entonces con los hijos. No le dan el 100%, les dan nada más el 60%. Y eso es mientras que no te consigues un esposo. Allí es la parte que yo veo mal. Porque al final del día, ese dinero es de tu esposo.
¿Ya está colectado ese dinero?
Ese dinero ya está trabajado por tu esposo. Ese dinero tú lo mereces. ¿Qué tal si te conseguiste un amiguito ahí y ellos lo llegan a saber y tan de repente te lo dejan de dar porque ya te conseguiste un amiguito ahí? Pero el amiguito no tiene nada. Él quiere un poco del 60% porque está pelado. Entonces, ¿qué sucede? Eso está mal.
Y la cosa, don Martínez, es que Social Security tiene sus personas que van a ir a colectar. Puede pasar como que vas en los business places, sino, vamos a decir, si una semana pasa y ya no mandaste este contribution, ellos están llegando ahí, te mandan un letra para decir, si no pagas en tantos días, te van a llevar al corte y tienes que pagar $500. Y uno dice que es algo que los jefes deben de hacer, que no paga el Social Security on time, porque ellos están colectando el dinero a los employees, ¿no? Pero si tú fallas a pagar, ellos están allá, $500, you go to court. Pero cuando ves en el otro lado de la gente que debe de colectar sus pensions también.
Pues sus pensiones llegan a tiempo, déjame decir.
No, yo no estoy diciendo eso, pero como esa situación con esta señora. Y hay bastante gente allá afuera que tiene problemas también. Entonces, es que esta señora está haciendo...
No es como si fuera una pensión dado por los políticos. Es más, ese $100 que...
Community vote or whatever.
Que es en realidad, dependiendo a quién conoces. ¿Ok? Porque en esos casos de los $100 para los viejitos, esos viejitos escasamente han pagado, pues no han pagado nada al Seguro Social. Eso simplemente es un regalo que Social Security les está dando. Y si Social Security pudiera cancelarlo, porque legalmente ellos no tienen ningún compromiso legal con esos individuos. Es simplemente una expresión de ten aquí, por favor, ojalá y esto te pueda ayudar. Es el gobierno que lo instituyó, le forzó al Social Security para que implemente eso, obviamente con razones políticas. Pero no este es el caso, porque este caso es de $200 y más. Este caso, el individuo trabajó por años y merece una pensión. Y sabemos de que ya pagó en exceso de 500, así que no hay forma de que puedas decir, pues tiene un límite su
Contribution.
Tiene un límite la cantidad de dinero que le van a aportar a la familia. No tiene límite porque en realidad es para el resto de la vida del señor. Si es que vive 100 años, pues vas a tener que pagar por 100 años, hasta que llegue a 100 años. Desafortunadamente falleció el señor, pero entonces la señora debe de poder conseguir los beneficios de eso hasta que ella fallezca. Y no hay condiciones, no deben haber condiciones de que te van a dar hasta un año. Así que me estás diciendo que después de un año ya tengo que buscar un esposo. ¿Y qué tal si no quiero? ¿Me entiendes?
No hay condiciones, igual como no hay condiciones cuando tú tienes que pagar tu contribution a Social Security. No hay condiciones con eso.
Exacto.
Tienes que pagar.
Tienes que pagar. Así que ellos tienen que pagártelo.
Yeah. So go and talk to Miss Miriam and explain to her what's your case. So it's time for us to go. There will be a special sitting of the House of Representatives tomorrow. And today, Belizeans will be looking out for the verdict in the Mason case. Today that will be hot, so everyone will be looking out for that. And make us see what happen, boy. Make us see what happen, and God knows well, God knows best. And
I'd like to just quickly inform our viewers that hopefully it's either going to be between next week or the following week that we're going to be having the Christmas extravaganza.
You're reminding me the time they go fast.
Sponsorship is kind of a little difficult to get these days.
Tight.
You know? So I can't, depending on how many sponsors I get, then that will determine the amount of shows that we have. If we only get 6, well, only 6 shows. If we get 12, well, we get 12. And I'd like to tell you that it's either going to be beginning on Monday or the following week, Monday, depending on this week's activities. So I'm hoping that we can get a maximum of 12 so that we can have 2 weeks. Although I recognize that it's going to be a lot of work, but I do it for you all.
Yeah.
Yo lo hago por la gente. Que se diviertan. Y quiero decirles que vamos a tener regalos como nunca, así que y premios para todos. Así que ojalá pueda tener éxito con los negociantes ahí fuera y poder sacarles un dinerito para que aporten para este show.
Well, folks, remember, stay tuned to Channel 10. We have the repeat of the 7 news today at 12. Then we got the live news at 6:30 today. And that verdict should be coming out. My name is Robert Checker Usher. Tomorrow there will be a sitting of the House of Representatives. We invite you to tune in and hear what the discussion is about, because sometimes some things that are discussed in the House, one time you hear it happen out there, me never know nothing about that. So listen to the discussions. And also, we will be back with you tomorrow, if the good Lord so will, at 9 o'clock. Tonight, the show repeats at 9 o'clock, but I will leave you with this one, and Mr. Martinez will respond to us, because I believe we had them here before. But somebody asked me to please read this text before, Mr. Martinez. Estaría bueno que lleva a alguien del Social Security en la programa.
Ya los hemos tenido recientemente,
Yeah.
pero no discutimos en su totalidad todos los problemas. Obviamente los trajimos aquí simplemente para hablar acerca del incremento y los beneficios y si es que algunos resultando de los incrementos, pero
podemos conseguirlos.
Pero siempre aún podemos invitarlos a hablar acerca de problemitas. ¿Qué tal si empezamos a trabajar en eso?
Ok, muy bien.
Ok, bueno, muchas gracias, Chequi, y muchas gracias al equipo de producción por su trabajo y muchas gracias a ustedes por su audiencia. Lo agradecemos fuertemente. Es un placer para nosotros estar ahí fuera en la calle y nos dan el thumbs up. Como ayer estuve con un señor de Caledonia que me dijo, buen show, Manuel, buen show. El día que tuvimos al señor Tony, magnífico el show. Así que, pues eso nos da aliento. Nos encanta mucho. Muchas gracias por sus palabras. Primero Dios, primero Dios, siempre primero Dios. Estaremos con ustedes mañana miércoles a la misma hora. Cuídense. Nos vemos.
Sugar City Morning Show.